Hi, that's me on the left on the staff of the late New York State Assembly member Frank Scartados, 1 year before I decided to run for office. Together, we worked on efforts to block pipelines, create public banks, end gun violence, restore public education to students and teachers, and prevent more of our neighbors and loved ones from dying of overdose.
Ladies and gentlemen, not one more.
There I am on the left again 8 years ago. Some 130 of us, activists and veteran soldiers, were arrested for chaining ourselves to the White House fence in protest of our nation's bogus, brutal wars. In college, I abandoned plans to become a doctor so I could address the devastation of our planet as a journalist. I interviewed the Canadian environmentalist David Suzuki, and in 2009 and 2010, I took teams of reporters to the annual United Nations climate change conferences in Denmark and Mexico. Outside the negotiation halls, artists and activists filled the streets with demands that our governments act to prevent the looming catastrophe of global warming. In Mexico, I asked President Obama's climate change negotiator why the U.S. was trusting our future to the same economic practices that crashed the global economy just 2 years before. He didn't really answer my question.
Well, I think why don't we move on to the next?
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
if you could take a seat.
Later on, I did research at Harper's Magazine, spent time in occupied Wall Street, and used my opportunities as an editor and writer at truthdig.com to learn why our societies were places of hardship for so many. I discussed the human cost of war with progressive politician Dennis Kucinich and spoke with Senator Bernie Sanders about how big money corrupts politics. I think government should be places where people care for each other. So when Scartados invited me into the legislature, I enthusiastically said yes. Scartados' death from cancer this spring was a loss for us all. But our work must continue. Therefore, today I'm running to succeed Scartados in New York's 104th district. In Scartados' absence, we need courage, ideas, experience, and unequivocal recognition of the hardship that most New Yorkers suffer. These things will empower us to come together to build a better present and a just future. What is that future? We have a right to jobs. We can create them by establishing public banks. We have a right to health care and public education. We must guarantee them by passing the New York Health Act, eliminating standardized testing, and funding the needs of every student. We all have an equal right to safety in our communities. Therefore, we must protect the rights of workers, people of color, immigrants, members of the LGBTQ+ community, women, children, seniors, veterans, and disabled people. We have a right to fair taxation, and we have a right to clean water. We must heal and protect our Hudson River watershed. We will secure all of these rights and more, and we will do it by coming together. I need your support and your vote in the Democratic primary, Thursday, September 13th. Visit ark2018.org to volunteer or make a financial contribution today. I am Alexander Reed Kelly, and I am running for all of us.